receive up to 20% off a qualifying purchase. So, by the way, they have an open house this weekend, so perfect time. Stop and see them. South of Bay Meadows on Phillips. Open house this Saturday at Lifetime Enclosures.
Former NFL quarterback David Garrard
had surgery on my left knee. Dr. Murphy has done both of them, and so he's really helped me get back to my ability to get out and move around, play with the kids, and still feel like I'm a former NFL quarterback. Started to get a little older, and things stopped working like they should, and Dr. Murphy and Southeast Orthopedic truly come in and save the day.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
Brakes for less is what we do. We know drums, rotors, pads, and shoes. If there's a squeal in your wheel, come see the best. 733 Stop.
Brakes for less.
All we do
are brakes for less.
Home of the Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
This is your Southeast Orthopedic Specialist local sports update brought to you by Brakes for Less. I'm Taylor Dahl for 1010XL. ESPN's Bill Barnwell names 5 moves of each AFC team for the 2020 season. He states Jags need to create cap space to begin from there, franchise Yannick Ngakoue and work on an extension, add a tight end, decline Fournette's 5th-year option, and do not trade Nick Foles, saying his contract is too underwater after only starting 3 games from an injured debut season. And the Florida Gators' true freshman Isaac Nunez, in his 3rd at-bat of the season, delivered a 2-out single in the bottom of the 10th inning to keep the Gators undefeated with a 4-3 victory over JU. While Jack Sports announced they will once again host the 2020 Fresh from Florida Sunshine Showdown Florida vs. Florida State baseball game on Tuesday, March 24th at 121 Financial Ballpark. It's 59 degrees at 7 o'clock. Time and temp are brought to you by Bueller Air Conditioning. Stay cooler with Bueller.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. Ladies and gents, please put your hands together as Dan Hicken enters the studio.
You know it! Woo! Yeah! Woo! Woo! Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Great to be here. Fired up. Let's go, America! All right. America was going last night. Holy cow. We got a little lively in the...
A little slap fights.
These guys lively in the debate.
These guys crack me up. These politicians. There's not a softer group of people in the world than these politicians. I love when they talk tough. I mean, Pete Buttigieg and Amy Klobuchar getting into it is like the slap fight of all slap fights.
Oh, I mean, he wore it unloaded on Bloomberg, and there was a guy in the background yelling, "Get him a body bag!" Yeah.
And Warren decided she was just going to stand up there and just name names.
The Dem candidates don't want their version of Donald Trump winning the nomination.
Well,
but I would say this, hey. DT used to get beat up pretty good in those debates too, and guess what? He was still standing.
Yeah, well,
so
and
we'll see what happens.
And
I'm not going to get into it. I just just some observations. But I couldn't resist last night.
Well,
I started reading on social media. I'm like, well, let me see what. I didn't know where it was.
Vegas.
No, I didn't know what channel it was on. I figured it was on,
any of the cable news.
Yeah, and it wasn't. It was only on NBC.
Oh, really?
So I clicked it on there and got a good 45 minutes of it while I was at work. I was like, oh.
I just watched the highlights in the morning. I treat those things like sporting events.
Yeah.
And you can watch both. It's almost like a sporting event where you can watch both teams' post-game shows and then see the difference.
The most fascinating thing, though, is to read or watch post. And because there's no way of judging. It's almost like dadgum, what's the show on ESPN where the 4...
Yeah, around the horn.
And they just randomly give points.
Yeah, around
and
the
you're
horn.
like, how did he win today or whatever? Yeah, around the horn. It's almost like that when you read the reactions
I will say
of
this,
who won and who didn't win.
But I was saying I watched both, like watching both teams post-game. I watched about a half hour CNN. I watched about a half hour of Fox. And the coverage of last night was the same on both. It was the chippiness and the calling out.
Right.
There really wasn't much different perspective on on each of those events. And the one thing, in fairness, now before the text line loads up with all the politicos,
Yeah. We got to
Trump
get out
didn't
of this.
finance his own campaign.
Abort.
So the one difference between Trump and Bloomberg's just spending his own money to buy ads. Trump
Yeah.
didn't do that.
Yeah.
He raised money like a normal politician. So.
All right. Welcome to the program. More political talk coming in the 8 o'clock hour.
No, definitely not.
Taylor, your thoughts?
Let's not go there.
Beef, you can stick that 5-period goal up your butt as the Rangers take the Blackhawks down.
yes.
You too, Tater.
Who do you play in the playoffs? When does that start?
Well, we got to grind a
Yeah,
little bit.
we're-
We're on
not
the
in.
outside
Oh.
looking in.
Uh-oh. Are you going to
yeah.
make it or
What the hell,
no?
dude?
We're young team building.
Are you going to make it?
No. No, probably not.
Beef really quick. Hockey talk.
I do. Watching that, though, I did desperately with like one single tear roll down my cheek. I miss the
Bread
bread
man?
man so much.
Oh,
know.
the bread man is awesome. I love the bread
About
man.
the best piece of video yesterday. It was Ryan Newman walking out of that
Oh,
hospital.
yeah. No
And
doubt.
Here to, I mean,
How could he have? But my question is, what were the serious injuries?
I don't know. Maybe he was I don't know. Maybe he was I don't know. I have no idea.
Concussion?
Could have been something. Could have been a concussion.
I mean,
yeah.
I was talking to somebody yesterday. He goes, well, at least he's going to have, a broken arm, broken
Yeah,
leg. Just walked out.
Yeah, I don't know what. That's
Everything.
a good
It didn't
question.
even look like he was scratched up barely.
I know.
It was crazy.
Do we have any? I mean, honestly, I think I have a new idea for hurricane preparation. Everyone just buy a NASCAR and get in it when the
Just
storm
drive
comes.
around.
Because I don't know what you
Yeah.
can do to an automobile
You can't.
and
If
not
that-
kill a person
Yeah.
than what we saw at
If
Daytona on
NASCAR
Sunday.
had a testing deal and said, let's see how we can make sure these are safe, or let's put a human body
Just
through
drive it off the Grand Canyon.
Do what Ryan Newman just did, and somehow you walk through that, then I don't think there can be anything worse than what he went through on any
I mean,
track.
he's getting slammed, knocked in the
He
air.
got hit
He's on
head
fire.
on.
I know. I'm aware.
It's on fire, Ricky Bobby.
It's so funny. It was so inappropriate, but I did picture Ryan Newman getting out of his car and running around in his underwear. I swear I did when it happened. And then I quickly,
Help me, Tom Cruise.
help me, Oprah Winfrey. Stop. But yeah, unbelievable. He walked out of Halifax yesterday with little
Wow.
girls on his hand.
Yeah.
I would like to see what the injuries were.
I know.
It's a valid point. I didn't even. I was just so amazed to see him. I didn't really think
what
about
was serious. There was nothing serious.
We've been duped, NASCAR. We thought he was hurt.
By the way, I wonder what the fans will react now. If nothing can happen to you, let him
go 300.
No wonder you should drive like that.
I did notice, and this is probably old. Like I said, I've disengaged from NASCAR other than Daytona every year. But they are faster now than they were 5-10 years ago. They must have changed some spec.
Well, they're
going 210 miles an hour 205 the other night.
202. I'm pretty sure. I don't think they won anything.
Well,
else.
we maxed out like 194 there for a while in the heyday.
Bill used to get it up to like 220, if I'm not mistaken. One of the faster laps ever. But anyway,
Awesome Bill didn't fear death.
Awesome Bill was, well, they didn't have the restrictor plates, so now they have the restrictor plates, and it's a little bit different. Listen, I wish the fans could jump into the negotiations with the owners and the players.
I think it's
it's
going perfectly.
And get a piece of the pie, too.
I'll get some
What
cash.
we would like is we'd like water to be nothing more than $1 at the stadium. We'd like to be able to get a hot dog for $1.50. And we'd like preseason games to be $10 get you in. Those are our three. The rest we can work with. We'll spend a lot for the club seats and the terrace suites and the cabanas but as long as you're getting a percentage and a half of that equals $5 billion. And that's with a B. That's with a B. And you owners obviously are making it hand over fist. Because I remember a couple years ago when we said how much that one playoff game cost ESPN. That one playoff game was like...
It's like $100 million.
Wasn't it? Yeah. So now you're going to add a couple of those, which, by the way, as fans, we're cool with. Shoot, you want us to sit around for 3 games on Saturday and 3 games on Sunday on Wild Card Weekend? Why not? We're already sitting for 2.
Well, that's better than 2 if you ask me. I could always take another one.
So, but just a couple notes here, fellas. We're going to jump in this as well. Or we're not going to approve the CBA. I'd like them to add a fan clause, if possible. And I would like 3 things. Nothing, a bottle of water, $1. Hot dogs, $1.50. And preseason games, $10 get you in.
I mean, who's running your NFL? The Red Cross? Or
What do you mean?
What sense does that make for the league?
Well, I just want our fair cut.
Well, that's fair. Yeah, I get
I'm not asking for
Well,
much.
we may as well, while we're at it, let's go to McDonald's and demand 10-cent hamburgers.
Well,
Dan's trying to get those Atlanta
I come to work
rates.
here every day, right? Mm-hmm. And I have a bottle
Most
of water.
days.
Yeah. And I'll see you have a bottle of water.
Okay.
What does the bottle of water cost us here, Taylor?
Oh, gosh, 3 cents?
Yeah.
Well,
'Cause
what do
we get
what
it
do we
in bulk.
pay as
for
workers
free.
here? They're free.
Yeah.
So it ain't breaking the
Well, we're
our
working
little
here.
old radio station.
I bet you if you work for the Jags, you get free water, too.
I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure.
Don't count on it.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on it.
Dan's trying to get those Atlanta
Hey, listen,
Stadium
if
concession
you
prices.
Not even. I just want
more power to you, friend, if you can get that done.
I just want a hot dogs for $1.50, bottles of water for $1. You're not making any. You're making money everywhere else. And
if you sell bottled water for $1, by the way, you are going to make about 90 cents a bottle. So that's not like you're operating at a loss.
So that's all I'm asking. Anyway, our Joe Poll question today: need to sell your property fast, residential or commercial? Call the Edge Group 904-474-5851, 474-5851. How do you feel about 2 extra NFL playoff teams in the overall CBA? 6 games, wild card weekend. More emphasis on the top seed. Perfect the way it is. Whatever can get the Jags in.
Well, we're going to have to go to 12 teams per league to get the Jags in.
Oh.
That'd be a radical shift in the playoff format.
I was interested in the results of this one because I have a new announcement to make. Ladies and gentlemen, you thought they were dead, but Jaguar fan has a pulse. I thought apathy had set in, and who could blame them? Mm-hmm. But ladies and gentlemen, they have not coded out on the table.
You can't kill them.
You can't kill them.
They put on their hockey masks.
They put on their masks, and if you put your little 2 fingers on their neck, on that carotid,
it's pulsing.
You saw them flat on their back. You thought they're dead as a doornail, and then they just sat.
Yeah, you were looking down from the bridge, and they were splattered on a boulder below.
Beep.
And yet you say the eyes have popped open.
Beep. 37%. Whatever gets the Jags in. Yeah, we're alive. Alive.
It was.
Come on!
It's hard to get optimistic this year. I think everyone will be a little more excited. There would be a little pep in the step if we had made some changes, right? I think really.
Oh, sure.
That's not gonna get any easier. It doesn't mean we beat up on that decision. With all due respect to Caldwell and Marone,
Yeah.
not like they're not trying. They've been here for a long time, but because of that, we're never gonna get. The optimism is gonna have a lid on it,
Right.
Because no matter anything positive, there's always the yeah, but.
Yeah.
So. That one bothers me.
Alive!
Much as any business decisions that we disagree with,
Yeah.
that's pure football. Mm-hmm. And that one just kind of reeks of I don't either I don't care or I don't know what the hell I'm doing. From the ownership side.
So those are my 2 observations. Jaguar fans are alive, and
Okay.
I'd like the fans to jump into the CBA bargaining and get a little clause, a little extra page. Just 1 extra little page, 3 little items, if they don't mind.
Just
if
skim
they
a
could
little bit.
Just could put that in there for us. We as fans, as consumers, would appreciate it while the golden goose gets more goldener.
Yeah.
Just
Is that
gotta
a word?
pencil it into the margin.
I just don't want to lose
How
perspective.
gold can the golden goose get?
The golden goose does get golder, but in fairness now, and we love every minute of it. Mm-hmm. We love the NFL. So whatever they're doing to create this unbelievable thing that we love, then let them do their thing.
Yeah, but I'd like a little bit of piece of the pie. I am paying for it.
Not really.
Oh, yeah, I'm a season ticket holder.
Yeah, well, they don't miss you. You can leave tomorrow, and it wouldn't matter. They'd go on.
Oh, the hell they wouldn't. They'd be calling me if I dropped out off the chain. I don't appreciate you with that comment.
Well, I'm okay. I didn't mean to upset you.
Come over the table on that.
Well,
one.
we could fight early.
He's going to run over and hug you.
Miles!
He's calling Myles Garrett. He's reaching for a helmet.
Oh. Yeah.
Let's look at some of the headlines when we return.
New York City headlines?
No, 10-minute drill headlines.
Oh.
Sports headlines. It's a Custom
Threw
Tree
me there
Surgeons.
for a minute.
Custom Tree Surgeons Thursday.
Now, Downtime with Dan on 1010XL. Brought to you by Ameris Bank. Our look is changing, but our commitment to you remains fierce. Learn more at amerisbank.com/new look.
Contrary to what my colleague thinks, and I use that term loosely, colleague, I think it'd be great if the fans could just get a little smidge of something from the owners and the players. You know, the billionaires and the millionaires. Just the average Joe looking for a little cut down on the preseason games. There's only going to be 3 of them now. Why do I have a feeling somehow the Jags will get 2 of them every year? Well, we feel bad about losing that extra game to London, so we're going to play 2 preseason games a year. No! Don't do it! Just play 1. Charge everybody $10. First come, first serve, and away we go. And while you're there, grab yourself a $1.50 hot dog and a $1 bottle of water, and I, as a fan, will be very happy.
At Ameris Bank, we didn't become bankers so we could tell you no. We chose this profession because we knew we could make a difference. That's one thing all Ameris bankers have in common: a determination to get you what you need when you need it. Soon you'll notice Ameris Bank's look is changing, but our heart and fierce determination